Footnotes from the Life Application Study Bible. According to Jewish law, certain foods were forbidden to be eaten. Eating these creatures made a person unclean, so he or she would be unable to worship God publicly, or be in the presence of other Jews until he or she performed the rites for becoming ceremonial clean again. The food laws made it difficult for Jews to eat with Gentiles without becoming defiled. In fact, the Gentiles themselves were seen as unclean. God used this vision of unclean foods to show Peter that he should not look upon the Gentiles as inferior or unclean people. At this point, Jewish believers also thought that only Jews or converts to Judaism could become followers of Jesus. The thought never would have occurred to Peter that a Gentile Roman officer could become a Christian. Steeped in Jewish tradition and filled with certain biases, Peter was convinced his views on the Gentiles were correct. He needed a three-part heavenly vision from God to change his mind. One of the most basic and practical lessons from this encounter is that when God speaks, we must not challenge what he says. Doubting God is the rebellion of Eden. When God says something is so, we must not debate with him. The right response is humble submission to his revealed truth. Are you trying to argue with God over some point that he has already made clear? Cornelius was religious, devoted, generous, respected, and sincere. But he was still spiritually separated from God because of sin. We must be careful not to equate earnestness with righteousness before God. Luke provides specific details in Cornelius' story to show how much God wants us to be saved, but he will not force us. God sent Peter to the Roman family in order to present the truth about salvation for all people through Jesus. Look at how God even orchestrated the timing of Peter's vision and the angel's visit to Cornelius. Even the length of Peter's journey gave time for Cornelius to invite friends and family to his home so more people could hear this amazing message of grace.